Metaphysical Christianity is based on a very simple idea that God is on your side. So if you are in the right side, if you are in the side of the light, not darkness, then God is in your side. That's metaphysical Christianity. And you can trust, you can have faith that God is supporting your efforts, whatever efforts those are. It can be fighting for your country, or it can be buying a house. But the wishes of the ego, of what we want as egos, are not always the same as the wishes of the divine. And we sometimes get what we want, and sometimes you can pray a lot and you may not get what you want, and it will be for your highest good. Let's bring this to the extreme. Your body will die. Not you, but your body will die. One day will get old and die. And no matter how much you ask the divine to be on your side and to heal your body, there will be a time for you to leave the planet. And it's not a curse, actually. It's not that God has failed you. No. Now, mystical Christianity does not have these limitations, and that's why it is superior. And great Christian mystics, what they have exemplified in their lives is surrender. They have exemplified a completely different and more profound attitude, which is, thy will be done. So when you align yourself with that idea, that sublime idea, thy will be done, and you really trust that that's for the highest good, that's mystical Christianity. You are, so to speak, becoming a mystic, not a metaphysician. Is that a higher level of evolution, so to speak? Absolutely. However, when you begin to realize this kind of paradox in Christianity, and not only in Christianity, is present in all the path, all the spiritual paths that are called in the East Bhakti Yoga. The path through love to the divine, Bhakti Yoga. Union through Bhakti, which is devotion to the divine. So whether you look in the Western teachings or Eastern teachings, you will find the same. The highest Bhakti Yoga, the highest Christianity is mystical, is surrender. Not getting what I want, what my ego wants, what my ego thinks is the best. How do you know it is the best? For you, or for humanity, or for the souls that are here? We cannot know for sure. But when we surrender our will and we say, thy will be done, the magic begins. For two reasons. One, at that moment, peace comes to you. If it is sincere, you gain peace. No matter what are the outer circumstances, peace comes. And peace is the presence of God in here, in the heart. That's one thing, which is difficult to get through metaphysics, because, oh yeah, it's gonna happen, yes, I'm gonna get what I want. That's excitement. That is not peace. Peace is superior, again. And then there is another thing that happens when you align yourself with thy will be done. And it's that you fulfill, and this is the great paradox, you fulfill the fundamental law of metaphysics. Because if you study metaphysics, you will find the concept that the power with which you attract something to you depends on your point of attraction. So if you feel great faith that, yes, it's coming to me, I'm materializing this, or God is giving it to me, then you have a higher point of attraction. And the higher the point of attraction, the more the chances that you will get what you want. That's basic metaphysics. Well, when you surrender, that is the highest point of attraction. So you surrender, let the divine decide, and at that moment you reach the highest point of attraction, which comes from that feeling of peace. You already have most likely an intention that, yes, I would like this to happen or that to happen. The intention is there, but you have surrendered it. And when you surrender that, then peace comes, and peace is a very high point of attraction. From peace, lots of good things come to you without any effort and without manipulation, which is very, very important, right? You stop manipulating the divine so that it will do what you want. But metaphysical Christianity has its place. It's not that you can completely discard it and move straight to mystical Christianity. You can make the commitment to do that, and gradually will happen, but it will not be instantaneous. You will face situations that will prove your trust in the divine, and you will go back to praying, please give me what I want. And that's fine. That's part of the process, until one day you will not need to do that. So there is a time where you are navigating a little bit in both worlds. You haven't left behind completely metaphysics, and at the same time you are becoming more and more a mystic. And one more thing, why the mystical path is superior to the metaphysical path? Because the metaphysical path is about changing your ego from a materialistic ego to a spiritual ego, but still there is ego there. My will, and you got to support me. You got to give me what I want. Mystical Christianity kills the ego. No more ego. And then you allow the divine to embody you. And this concept of embodiment is also present in the Eastern teachings. The divine embodies you, works through you, functions through you, smiles through you, is you, becomes you. It always was, but actually, at least this fake self that is called the ego is gone. It's put aside through surrender until it becomes thinner and thinner, and the embodiment becomes complete. And that is the goal of the great mystics. That has been the goal. That's the highest level, the highest aspect of Christianity. Thy will be done. And two more things. A mystical approach to life and to spiritual life never precludes or is an obstacle to right action. What is right action? Action. Even very intense action without attachment to the outcome, just for the sake of serving the divine. So mystical Christianity never precludes you to do your part, whatever part you feel called to perform in a situation. But internally, you are into thy will be done, in a state of surrender. Now, if you want to learn more about this subject, about the difference between metaphysics and mystical Christianity, I would recommend that you get a book titled The Incredible Journey. It was written by a Christian mystic. Her name is Carol Ruth Knox. And at the end of her book, she has a chart that shows you the whole spiritual path, beginning to end, in just a small chart with 3 columns. The first column, the title for the first column is the traditional state, where you believe everything that the authority is telling you. The second column is the metaphysical state, where you strengthen your ego, you trust the divine, and you go for your goals instead of being passive like in the traditional state. In the third stage, we find the mystical stage, where you surrender to the will of the divine.